Good morning, my crafty friends. It's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. I've come on today to share with you a couple of listings for my Etsy store. And first of all, we've had a lot of rain yesterday. Wow. I think nearly close to 70 mils of rain in 4 hours. Our little town here tends to be missed by any change of weather, except the winter, of course. But yes, it was just wonderful. So just to hear that rain on our tin roof. So yes, so I didn't get much. I wanted to upload this yesterday because it was also like an electrical storm. I never got a chance. So, which is okay. I sat down, did some crocheting. So I'm going to share this journal first, and then I'll share my March Madness bag of goodies. I'm calling it madness because I really stuffed it. Okay, this journal is called A Tapestry in Music and Words. So it's a musical journal, and what I've done is, because I think I mentioned in my last video, I did make this a while ago, and it all come undone because of the heat in here in the room over the summer. And I may have used the wrong glues, I don't know, but I decided to do something with it to put in my Etsy store and share it. So the only thing that's still the same is probably just the front cover. I changed the tag and the tulle, and I changed the back. So the signatures were already sewn in, but yeah, you might say I did a whole new redo of it, and I really like it. It's come up pretty cool. So it's sort of like in reds and browns, or maroons I should say. So I've done a fair bit of layering as well. So let me go, and it has a simple closure. It's just a organza ribbon, nothing fancy, because this journal is just so busy in the front. I didn't want to put, a fancy closure on it. But it does stand up on its own, and look at all the goodies. And it's made from a huge, excuse me, brown envelope. Very sturdy. So on the front, as you can see, I've used this picture. It's come out of a big book. And also the wording, which I thought just lend itself really cool with what I had in mind. So there was a pocket just here, okay, and I've got some lace, glued some lace on there, did a bit of layering. There's some piano keys just on here, little piece of a fringe and a very old button just here, and what I did do is I've added a bit more lace just on here to complement the same lace through the journal. And of course this pocket is made from a book that had a lot of DVDs in it, and had all these pockets. So I just took the pockets off, like the whole page, cut it down, and put the pocket on the cover, and then the picture on front, and that's how you can hold the tag. And the tag's pretty cute. I've made a little snippet, and that was going to be my tag, and I changed my mind, and I've just popped it onto another piece of cardstock and just put one of my filigrees on the front. I've got some various music paper, and it was red. I thought, oh yes please, and then I've just put another piece of coffee dyed paper on the back so that you can journal on it, and it just sits in the pocket like that. Okay, so let's venture in and have a look. It's got lots of goodies. I've left the paper bag as is. All I've did was just put some music notes on there. And in this pocket here, I've got, from this book that I've found, lots of information right back from in the early 590, yes, going right to 1998. Just how music evolved, I suppose. So I thought that was pretty good information for anyone that's really into it. So yeah, and they're talking about the modern era from 1899 to 1928, and then the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, 590 to 1505. So you've got both sides here of the information. And then, of course, some pages with some musical instruments, because that was all part of the book. So I thought that was, I just couldn't throw that away, because I found it really interesting reading as well. Excuse me. So, and I've done a crossover belly band just here, like a tuck spot, and musical moments. And then, of course, I've made this tag from an envelope, and it has the bookmaker's note in it. But I think I've got one. I don't think I need that in there. There's another one in there. I've got two in here. So yes, so I've altered this envelope, covered this with a book page, did a bit of collage here, and then on the front as well. So yeah, so you can write on this quite easily, and that just tucks in here. You can put it wherever you like, really, but you know, that holds some bit of paper there. This is just a little paper tag. It's a book page, and I printed this out to test my printer, and I found this on Pinterest, and I thought I'll give it a go. Come out pretty good. A bit of trim, a little bit of flower with a button. I've used some of my vintage curtain fabric, some more of the lovely red music paper just here. Here we've got a book page pocket, and I come across this. I've had this in my stash for a while. Citibank of New York, paid to the order of zero. Profession of music. I thought that was pretty cool. I just did a bit of collage on that. Some pages are torn, some pages are left. I've done some stamping, musical stamping. Here I've made a pocket from music paper, and you've got quite a collection of paper clips on here. Okay, so if you wanted to use a paper clip inside this journal, yes, they've all sort of got their own little spot just here. So if you're in need of one, you can just take it off. And so there's three there. And then on this pocket, this is one of the pockets where the DVD was in that had that was in the book that I mentioned earlier. So the front, I've just popped on this picture, did a bit of collage here. She was herself again, dancing to the music. He's playing the fiddle by the look of it. And what's he doing? Playing the flute. And this is the back of the DVD pocket, and I've just popped on some pictures and that. Made a little tag, and that just pops in there. Here I've just did a bit of collage with the doilies. Pretty little picture. A little bit of stamping and tearing, of course. Professor of Music. This came out of a really old book, and I couldn't save anything else except for this one. They're all sort of sitting around. Someone's playing the flute, I think. There's a harp there, and there's a piano. No, it's not a harp, it's a piano. Here's a pocket, a tuck. Did a little collage here with some handmade paper and a little wooden guitar. Excuse me, folks. Got the sniffles, I don't know why. And another pocket here, okay, and this holds the pocket. Whatever you put in holds that little tuck. Little tag just here. It's a cute little tag. Will you promise? Whispering in her sweet ears. Here I've used some of that pretty lace. Love it. There's a tuck spot. Is another tuck spot. And just did a bit of a, I love this fabric. And yeah, it's like a satiny feel. It's probably like a polyester satin, I'd say. A bit of stamping. Here I've made a little tag. Tucks in here. Here I've made a pocket from this lovely fabric that I've got. This is just a big, one of those big journal cards. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. And what I've done is I actually glued some paper on here. And this is the book page that I got from Deb Hendricks and analysis book. It's what I think it's what you guys call an attendance book. So I just popped that on there to journal on, because I've got a lot of ephemera, the extra that you can journal on, because some of the pages are torn. You don't have that much writing space. I made this little postcard with a Tim Holtz paper doll, a bit more collage. This was just paper stock, a piece of vellum. And I made this little tiny little note here, post, just there. And they're getting ready to go maybe to the theatre or the orchestra. And I've just popped in some of those guest checks, again, from Deb Hendricks. Thank you, Deb. And that was just like a journaling card, and I just altered it, because on the inside it says, Our Amazing Life. Okay. Bit of lace, and then I just cut these out from a magazine. Bit of tulle, and this is a very old earring. And here I've made some little paper pad which is attached. Okay, I've kept that plain because, you know, you might want to put your own photo or something on there. Music be thy medicine. Let music be thy medicine. It is sometimes. And in the middle, I've used a piece of vellum, and I've just tore it so that you can sort of see all the layering of the pages, okay, in the various fabrics. I think it looks so pretty. I've put, had the signature sewn in with my awl, and I've just cut out some little hearts and use them. The stamping, tearing, and here's a pocket. And these ladies are obviously off to the theatre, Market Square Theatre, and they've got all their tickets. Okay, so they won't lose them, and it's all on the brad. And they just tuck in here, little pocket just there. This is gorgeous. This is my last piece. It came off a tablecloth. A bit more stamping. It's come out of a magazine. Piano keys. Altered envelope. Made a nice tag. Bit of a collage here. Various papers. And of course the butterfly. That is from a stamp. The plastic, when they come on to, I think I mentioned it once before, I keep them, and I keep the backing of the stamps, because then you can sometimes use them to, I cut these out, okay, and I use them in the journals. And that just pops in here. This was a button. I did a bit of a ruffle. Another picture. Please do not disturb. Writing the music. And this is a little flip. And this is the other side of the envelope, I think. No, maybe not. Different envelope. I didn't have to coffee dye. This was already that colour, which I was happy about. And just made a little scrappy little notebook. And that's the bottom of some of the pages, some invoices. And, you know, it's silly to get rid of all that. So I thought, oh, just make a little scrappy little notebook, little tag about the old pianos. And that just tucks in here. Bit of a collage here. Lovely old wooden button with the old cars in the early days. Lovely big pocket with that lace. Bit of a trim here. And here I've made a big tag. Again, magazine pick. No, you'll be happy to know there's no digis in this journal. Excuse me. And use some applique from a wedding dress. And I've got a little tiny little envelope on here. And a tiny little tag. You might want to put a little message on there or something. A little code or something. And here I've done a little bit of tulle ruffle. One of my skins. And I've made it into a little flip. And I've just put some lace on the back. And you can actually journal on this and journal on here. Okay. Now this is from a really, really old music book. Very old. And I wanted to preserve the page. So I glued it onto a book page, and I actually paper clipped it on here so it doesn't flap around too much. You can still see the old sticky tape here. And what I've done is I've popped on some of this lace and a bow just so that when you pick it up, you know, you can, it's sort of protected. And it's, yeah, and the book page is from a boys book, okay. So I've attached some coffee dyed paper on this strip just to make it more secure, and put some cloth underneath here as well to just secure that paper. It's just a beautiful colour. And then on here you'll see you've got a tuck spot here, and this is an envelope flip, an altered envelope. And I used some paper stock that I had here, a bit of tulle, and a couple just dancing to the music. And that's just an envelope that I made into a flip and secured it with a bit of fabric. And then this paper clip just goes back on here, and it sort of just goes on the back. Making sure I don't, there you go. Okay. Here I've torn a page to be able to see all this lovely layering. Bit of a doily trim. Use some of that other little pretty trim just to sort of make it flow. It's just, oh, I just love this fabric. Made a bit of a ruffle there. And you can use this as a tuck spot as well. Here you've got some more music paper. Plenty of tags. This is for the piano, and it just comes out just like that. Goes back in for the piano. And here is just a little bit of a journaling spot. An altered, I think they call them project cards or life card or whatever. And yeah, so you can journal on. So you not just have one page, you've got several pages there. And here's a collage of the different music papers that I've put on. I've got some red one. And of course that dark, like a bluey grey colour that you've seen earlier. A waxed music paper, and then just some coffee dyed music paper. I thought that looked really cool. Another pocket from book pages. I don't think there's anything in this. I had to leave some room for you to put something in it. Just different book collage. And I've left these separate because you can journal on here as well. And then I've made this little tag with a stamp. More music keys. And then here's just a fabric flip. Okay. And then this is an altered DVD. I didn't do much to it. I did put just some little metal corners on here. And inside is a little booklet again. Okay, it's there. And this is a top tuck. Okay, just pop some paper in there, and that just closes it up like this. So it has lots of flips and pockets and tucks. And I've chalked the edges with a little bit of red just to complement. Here's another one of those DVD pockets, and on the back I've got some handmade paper. Okay, and I've just popped on this picture and stamped it, and that just goes on the back. And then on the front I've made a little tag here. They're obviously having a feast after or before the concert, and I used a book page that had this writing on it. Someone's wrote on this book, on this front of the book, and I thought, oh, I like that handwriting, so I just cut that part out to put on the tag, and that just pops in there. A little collage of flowers and buttons, and another pocket. Made this little tag was a card, and I just cut that in half. I just put on some trim. I can't remember who gifted this to me. And then made this little paper flower with a little wooden button. Then on the back you've got the other part of the envelope, because I've put two big envelopes together, and this one here has a separate pocket because I glued it, and some more of this attendance page. I thought that was pretty cool. And a pen. Okay, in those early days they used those long pens with the feathers. It's a bit quirky. If you don't want it, don't want to keep it, that's okay. It does write, okay, and it's got a full bit of ink in there. It can't be replaced, because when I made this I really secured it. But how cool is that to be able to write with it, you know? So, and I've put a bit of red on that feather, and then it just folds back over like this. And then of course on the back I've popped another pocket on as well. Nice big pocket with a tag. They're dancing, and they're just sitting there listening to the music, and with a bit of applique. So this has all been changed. I've made the pocket, did the fabric strip, and then some of that lace. It feels absolutely yummy with all the layering, and especially that colour maroon. So you don't have to put the tie on if you don't wish to, because it does stand up by itself. And I will put that back in there because I was thinking of another journal that I made for a friend last night. So I'll put that back in here. There. So I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of this one. And my next video, my big bag of goodies, it's huge. It's huge, and I've had this bag for a while, so I thought I might as well use it and fill it up. So that'll be my March treasure bag, I call it. Okay, all right then, and I'll get this video up and upload it and put this in my Etsy store. Let me know of your thoughts. Now I've actually put an eyelet on here as well. Okay, and the tulle you can just take off if you like, if it's in the way, and maybe if you want to put your own dangle to it, but I just wanted a soft, nice soft flowing tulle. Until next time, or the next video, thanks for watching, and stay safe and keep crafting. Bye for now.